everyone, Melissa here. I'm coming to you with some motivation for your week. I am going to share a quote with you today by Maya Angelou, and it goes as follows. If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. Let me say that again. If you are always trying to be normal, you can never know how amazing you can be. What does that mean? I know that it sounds pretty cut and dry, and I know it sounds like, we should just really go along doing what we're supposed to do and everything will be good and dandy. That's perfectly fine because it just really depends on what is purpose for our lives. Sometimes we need to go beyond the ordinary to become extraordinary. Sometimes that's what we're supposed to be doing and not just kind of doing what everybody else is doing. And when I think about that, when I hear that quote, that's what I think of, because there is absolutely nothing wrong with living a normal, ordinary life. And that could mean something different to each person that you come encounter with. So to one person, it may be normal to go to a 9-to-5 job, to go do your work, go home, you're not working anymore. Whereas for somebody else, they may decide to break from the norm, which is what most people tend to do, is go to work from 9 to 5, and they may break that norm and they may say, you know what, I'm gonna leave that 9 to 5 job setup and I'm gonna branch off and I'm gonna be a business owner where I don't work 9 to 5. I have flexibility, but I still work, different types of hours. And that's what this is kind of talking about. If that's something that you're called to do, then step out into that and do it. That's something that I did myself, so I can personally attest to that I have been doing the 9 to 5 for a very long time. I've also, throughout my life so far, I have done some things that were flexible as well, but about 1.5 years ago, I made the big leap to go fully out of the 9 to 5 realm and the full leap into entrepreneurship and just owning my own business and just focusing on that and its flexibility. So for me personally, that was stepping outside of the norm, because for me growing up, the norm was, go to school, get a good education, find a job, work for a boss from 9 to 5, and then, you come home. But I kind of broke out of that, and by stepping out on faith, and I was able to do it. So that's just kind of an example of kind of bringing some life to that quote. And of course, not everybody, I'm not telling you to, quit your jobs now and go into business by any means, but it's just thinking about, what it means for you. Do you have something in your heart? Do you have some sort of drive, some sort of passion that may be a little bit different from the norm that you think of? Is that something that's kind of holding you back because you're thinking about what everybody else is doing or what people are saying the norm is? Or are you thinking about stepping, into your destiny by breaking some of those norms or breaking some of those barriers? Because when we do break the norm for ourselves, it can be so beautiful. And as Maya Angelou says, it can be so amazing. And we can just see just the amazing capabilities that we have that you would never know you possessed unless you were faced with certain things that brought those out. So again, for example, with myself, just, in moving into fully focusing on my business, it just brought out some things within myself that I never knew I would be capable of. I mean, I went to school for one thing. I didn't go to school for a business, but yet I'm in a place of being able to run a business, and I'm just so appreciative. I feel so blessed. And if I did not step outside my box, I would not have realized all of what I had within me, what I was able to learn, and just what I was able to do. And I think it's just amazing. And the other thing along with that, and then I'll get off this box, is that you can do anything that you put your mind to and that God is in. There will be nothing that can stop you. It doesn't matter if you are a single parent. It does not matter if you are by yourself doing this. There is nothing that can stop you. If it is purpose on your life and it is meant to be, you can do it. Just put your mind into it, stay prayed up, geared up, and you keep on putting one foot in front of the other, and you can do it. So think about different ways that you can step outside of your box, how you can step outside of your comfort zone so that you can start recognizing and start seeing how amazing you can be if you allow yourself to do that. If you allow yourself to step outside of that box, if you stretch yourself. Stretching yourself can be so uncomfortable sometimes, especially when there's unknown. You don't know how things are going to turn out. That is when you have to hold on to faith, especially like I said, if you know that that is the purpose on your life, God is in it, you step out on faith and you put that one foot in front of the other. So again, I really encourage you just think about what it is that you can do that might be outside of your norm. It can be something so small as, just talking to somebody. You may not normally talk to a stranger that you walk past, but even just opening your mouth and speaking to somebody. And then you may have your mask on, that's perfectly fine, but even if it's just speaking to somebody, waving to somebody, if you normally don't do that, just start with small things of stepping outside your comfort zone, because that will lead to bigger and bigger and bigger things, and that will allow you to feel more comfortable and more confident with each time that you step outside of that comfort zone. So be encouraged for this week, be strengthened, be empowered. Think about the things that you can do for other people as well. Just be aware of what's going on around you and just stay encouraged. Thanks for listening. Bye.